Hey! music, more or less.
Hey, how about a big hand for everybody here so far? All right, how many of you have been to powwow? Anybody out there ever been to powwow? They have a lot of them throughout the state here in South Dakota. Like any given weekend, you can just take a dart and throw it at the state and you land on a powwow. There's so many doings going on, even throughout the year, but mostly in the summer months. And we'd like to also honor all of you here this beautiful evening here in Deadwood, South Dakota, with a song that they include at every gathering. And it's going to be the national anthem. And we don't have our main props, which would be like a U.S. flag and an eagle staff. We don't have those, so you're going to have to use your imagination. And before we render the song, I'd like to just offer a brief explanation. The song, it's what they call the South Dakota version of the flag song. And the song, it says, it's in, if we translate it into English, the first part, of course, there's no words, it's all vocables. It's just the sounds, the feel in the melody line of the song. And then the second part has the words, the lyrics of the song. And it says, Tokaheya Inajin. Everybody get that? All right, okay. That's what I was thinking. Anyway, so it says our ancestral emblem is flying. And traditionally that's the eagle staff. It's just the staff wrapped with usually otter hide, otter fur, and then it's got the tail feathers of the gold eagle attached. And those eagle feathers represent the virtues and values that are foundational to all peoples, all cultures. And so it says that, so the same word that they use also, the wapaha, you can use that also for a flag. It just transferred over. And so either one, you can use in your mind's eye, you can picture either one or both. It says, this shall stand forever. It shall stand forever. And beneath it, all of us, all the people, all the diverse kindreds, we shall experience prosperity. We shall experience growth. We shall flourish. We shall be blessed in this way. At the end it says, therefore I will do this. And what that is that we shall do, I guess it's not mentioned explicitly in the song, but it's just understood that when we hear that song, it inspires us to arise and to be of service. Now you don't have to, I always tell, I do a lot of school programs, you don't have to be in the service to be of service. You can, it's okay if you want to be in the military. My nephew over here, he's singing, dancing. He's been in Iraq. He's had several tours over there. My son, he just came back from Afghanistan. He was 3 tours in Iraq, and he's airborne. And I tell him, son, I'll jump out of a plane with you just so long as it's parked. Otherwise, I wouldn't do that myself. I see a lot of kids, you know, so I always hate to see them have to, you know, shed their blood or shed others' blood. So I always hasten to add that you don't necessarily have to be in the service to be of service. We all have gifts and talents and wonderful capacities and capabilities. When once activated, then we can arise and we can serve and we can make a great contribution within our families, communities, maybe regionally, maybe nationally, and maybe internationally. So with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we'd like to we'd like to dedicate this flag song. We'll play a little bit of the melody on the flute and we'll sing it. So if you're able to rise in your mind's eye, picture a flag and eagle staff, or picture your loved one, or dedicate yourself at this time to that good thought, that good feeling with the song.
Here's my question. I think I mentioned it, just everybody can shout at once. So what language was that song rendered in? What is it? Lakota, right? Lakota. And where is Lakota language spoken? South Dakota, right? We got that. So far, so good. And I wanted to make a special mention of the fact that we are in this beautiful sacred homeland, and here at the very heart of the North American continent, here in what we call Sapa. I think I'll have you guys say that. Say the first word. Sapa. Sapa. In English, the beautiful black hills. If you look at it from a satellite image, you can see that it is indeed shaped like a heart. This beautiful heart pulsating in the very center of our beautiful island, this Makawita we know of as North American continent. And so here in this area, they say, traditionally, they say people cannot stay in this area in the Black Hills. They say if they do, then they'll become blinded to the splendors and wonders and the sublimity of the next world. They'll become lost and distracted, and they won't find their way there. And you know what I'm talking about after you leave this world and go on to the next. But that's just a legend. I don't know. But it is indeed beautiful. Wouldn't you agree? It's just like a paradise out here. And I myself, I believe in that. I don't come here I usually try and get here at least once a year and enjoy it to the utmost when I'm here. And keep that memory, cherish it throughout the year until the next time. And so people have done this for tens of thousands of years. They come here, and they each have their own language and culture that they bring with them. But any thought of warfare or confrontation, they leave down on the other side of the racetrack, what they call Ki'ianka Chanku, that track that goes around. That's a different story altogether. But anyway, so when they come here, they all speak different languages. What are they going to do? I'll give an example. Let's say that I'll say a word in several languages that know the Black Hills as their homeland. For instance, I'll say the word for coffee. How about that? I just had a good cup before coming up on stage. But the Pawnees come here. In Pawnee, the word for coffee, they say tskatit. The Crow come over this way, In their language, their word for coffee, they say Bili Shpida. The Blackfeet come here, they say Nitape Shikshikini. The Assiniboine come here, they say Huknaga. The Mandan come, they say Wadahu. Even some Ojibways might come over this way to make a pilgrimage. They say coffee, they say Makane Mashkiki Wabu. Don't ask for decaf in Ojibwe. And then a lot, of course, Lakota people come here. In our language, the word for coffee, we say Starbucks, right? So you can see how different these languages are. So what they do is that they create one language that everybody can learn easily, and they can communicate in this. And I'll give you some hints. It's a silent language, and all the words are made with your hands. So what kind of language is that? Sign, exactly. It's sign language. I saw this cartoon the other day, and it showed this this Caucasian guy who's talking to an Indian, and anyway, they're having a casual conversation. So that Caucasian guy, he points over the Indian shoulder. He says, "Hey, Chief, look at that. Those smoke signals over there. What do those smoke signals say?" So the Indian, he turns around, he looks over this. "Oh no! It says our casino's on fire!" This is a joke. Anyway, so what are they going to do is they create the universal language of sign. So I'll do a real short demonstration of this sign language. Now what I'll do is I'll demonstrate a short prayer. It's really a good convention, good protocol, and they include at every gathering to include a prayer. Now when I do this prayer, I'll say the English word, I'll cheat. Like I said, sign language is silent, but I'll cheat. I'll say the English word along with each sign. So even though it's a prayer, don't close your eyes. Keep your eyes open. That way when I get done, I might give you a little test, and that way you'll pass the test. So we have a little bit of music that we're going to run. So go ahead and roll it there, please. This one you can bring the volume way down. Down, down. When they're dancing, you can bring it way up. This is down. Here we go. Okay, thank you. Is everybody ready for the quiz? I mentioned that? The quiz? All right, you guys will pass, don't worry. If not, we bolted the doors. Anyway, no, you guys will all pass. The way I'll do the quiz is I'll just say the word in English and everybody can make the sign. Do you have any house lights? You gotta make sure they all pass on this. So I'll just say the word in English and you all make the sign. So what was the sign we did for voice? Everybody show me voice. How do you do that? Good. Again, you could use your left hand or you can use your right. That's what they call bilingualism, right? How about the sign for to hear? How do you do that? To hear. Good. You can use either hand. How about to behold or see or look? Yeah, very good. Just like that. What's the sign for to walk? How do we do that? Walk. Remember that? Good. Very good. Walk. How about the sign for, some of them are compounds. Like, remember this, I used a couple signs for the word wise. Remember that? What was at least one of the signs? Yeah, a lot of you got it. All the signs. I said, what you're saying is you make my heart and my mind connect. That's wisdom, see? And then I said, make the person, make me wise that I may know. K-N-O-W. How do we do that? I might have stuttered, but I'll show you. So when the heart and mind connect, you tap into a dynamic wherein the knowledge, just like a spring, wells up. But it wells up from the heart. So everybody can try this. It's a sign for to know. It's just like you have your hand open like this. It's just like the water, the spring flowing out from the heart. Isn't that cool? It's really cool. What's the sign we did for leaf, everybody? Show me the leaf. The leaf. Like that, right? The leaf. How about the sign for rock? Rock on. That's good. How about the sign for wind? The wind, very good. Of course, you can't see the wind. Just the effect of the wind over the treetops or water. And since everybody did so good on that, let's do a couple of extra credit, okay? We'll do these together, so everybody kind of humor me. Let's start out with this one here. It starts out up here. This one, you just move your fingers and bring them down. What's that? That's the rain. A lot of the people there came up and they asked us, say, can you guys do a rain dance? And what we do, like over on Standing Rock, where I'm from, is that it's on the other side of the river, you know, it's like Hosberg, Eureka, and Strasbourg. It's all Germans over there. So on the Standing Rock side, if we want rain, we just go hire some of those German polka bands. So that works. It's good. It works. So let's try another one. This one starts out way up here, way up here. This one starts out as rain, comes down a little ways, hits a cold zone, turns to ice, comes out really fast, hits hard. What's that? Hail. Very good. Hail. That's right. And here's one. Try this one. Here's one. This one comes down really nice and soft. What's that? Snow. Snow. Very good. Here's one. Just use your pointer finger, index finger. Just a real fast zigzag. Lightning. Very good. We'll try this one. We'll do the one more. And this will be what we're going to do. We'll do it on the count of 3. And what we'll do is we'll make the same sign for lightning. When we get to the bottom, we'll clap. We'll start on the count of 3. And I was at the school, these little kids, they said, Mr. Locke, we can count in Indian. I said, okay, show me then. And they got the first one right in Lakota. Anybody know how to say the number 1 in Lakota? 1G, right? 1G. So they started out and said 1G, 2G, 3G. Okay, here we go. The number 3 is Yamani. Okay, here on the count of 3. 1G, Numba Yamani. So what's that? Oh, that's the Weather Channel. Now give yourself a big thunderous hand. You did good on that one. That's right. All right, you guys passed all the tests with flying colors. Now we're going to bring back these dance styles. We're going to start out with the men's fancy dance. In this particular dance, these gentlemen that are performing, Mr. Doug Goodfeather and Wade Silas, these two guys, like, I don't know which is which, but one of them puts the pow, and the other one puts the wow and the powwow, and you'll see why, see? Put them together, and that's what you get. But see, what they did, the way they did their training, you see, they started out on conception, when they were just 2 cells in their mother's womb. They're in the embryonic stage, but they heard that heartbeat with their mom. It just infused them, and they just can't stop, you see. It just goes on, and it gets stronger and stronger. And so you're going to see this the style of dance where the dancers, you know, they use their regalia. The regalia, of course, it's a traditional dance. It originates as a traditional dance, but over time, the generations, they add to it. And so you can see, even though they use the traditional designs, the colors, but they use modern materials to accentuate that traditional pattern. And of course, all the different feathers and the ribbons, also they're used to emphasize and to give power and efficacy to the motion of the dance. So all together, you're going to see this powerful, powerful dance that expresses the exuberance and the vitality of our traditional culture. So, friends and relatives, let's have a big welcome for the men's fancy dance. These two gentlemen, they travel all over the country, participating in different activities. They do have a contest circuit, and these young gentlemen are quite active in that as well. But the most important thing is that they sing and dance for their love, because they love their people. And that's the best way we can support our communities and our families. They say when you go someplace, it's good. If you can sing, that's the best thing. If you can dance, that's also good. If you can talk, and when you get older, that's good. You can also pray. But these young gentlemen, they can do all of that and more. So we're really blessed to have them. And we also have, Rose Silas here. Rose is, again, she herself has been born and raised in this tradition as well. Her family, her parents, her grandparents, going all the way back. They're involved in these activities. And she and her husband, Wayne, they reside on the Oneida Reservation, and that's in the state of Wisconsin. Anybody know where Green Bay is? You heard of football team, I guess, right? Anyway, just on, if you ever go to Green Bay, just on the outskirts of I should say on the outskirts of Oneida is Green Bay, because Oneida was there. The Oneida, of course, originally from New York, but during the transition periods throughout the 1800s, Oneidas were relocated. But actually, Rose's, her heritage is from Pima tribe and also the Assiniboine. And the Assiniboine are located in the state of Montana. And they're the ones that are called Lakota. People hear about Lakota and Dakota. These are the two dialects that are spoken here in the state of South Dakota. On the east side of the Missouri River, over there, there's no L sound in the language, so they say Dakota. If I was to speak in Dakota, they say something like, "Oh, deantuchip tenena Dakorio ugna takushnish ochicha kapiktedo." See, then I come over on the west side of the Missouri over here, and there's no D sound in the language, so I say same thing. Leantuchip telela lakolio ugna takushnish ochicha kapiktelo. Same thing. It's just interchange, and there's a few more differences in that. Anyway, the Assiniboine they use the N. Lakota. It's a kind of a different language. But nonetheless, the language of the music and dance is quite universal. And so you're going to see this style is very refined. And you can see how her movements accentuate the grace of the and strength of the woman. And you can see this style of dancing called shawl dancing. And at one time, the women were more restricted in their movements. But over time, the last several generations, the women have taken their place at the very forefront of athleticism. And this is what Rose will demonstrate at this time with women's shawl dance. Let's have a big hand for it this time. Women's shawl dance.
Hey,
Hey, thank you so much. How you folks doing out there? Good. Yeah, the traditional flute is something that was kept alive here in the state of South Dakota. There are several people that were, although born in the 19th century, were quite active in promulgating the flute all the way through most of the 20th century. And I had the great fortune of being able to hear them and to learn a lot of those songs. And so I'd like to maybe offer one of them here at this time. And it's a real unique genre of music, and they call the songs courting songs or love songs, but they're not all that way. Some of them are, some of them would be more like analogous to country western songs. You know, like somebody might have gotten, they might be heartbroken. They might, how do they call that? Unrequited love, things like this. Yeah. So I'll give an example of one of these songs here for you. Now this is a kind of a high-pitched flute. It sounds really good. It's got a real traditional effect in there where the sound fluctuates between octaves. And I'm going to try and, all the songs played on the flute are based on a vocal composition. So I'll try and sing it too. I might fade out and lip sync on the high note, but I'll pick it back up again. They're saying, it's in the D dialect, don't you know how much I want to see you? Don't you know how much I want to love you? But all I ever get from you is just a handshake and a howdy do. And I'll do one more example of a real, these are 19th century songs. I'll give an example of one from further east. This is from the Great Lakes area. from the Sac and Fox tribe. And it's about this this couple, and they're in love, but they're separated by a river. The river's too high, too fast, too deep, and they can't cross it. There's no bridge. There's no cell phone towers. They can't tweet. There's no way that they can get their Valentine message across. So then they come up with a plan. They each have a little mirror. So the one in the song, when you sing it, it says, my Valentine lives across the river and can't be reached. Next part, Gata Bena Kiwampamu, Kiwihawanen. Is saying, when you think about me, take your mirror and flash the mirror, flash the light across the river. That way I know you still love me. One thing is that with regard to Native music, I think a lot of times in the dominant culture, people are not well acquainted with it. So then I figure, well, what are you going to do? You have to meet people halfway. You have to try and find common ground, find a reference point. So then I thought, well, what would it be like if you took a traditional song, a traditional composition, and then tried to find something analogous to it in a modern musical idiom? So I got together with some studio musicians. We did a recording, a bunch of songs, you know, with the theme, taking something traditional and finding the analogous modern or contemporary idiom. And I did a recording. It's a blue cover recording over here. It's called Midnight Stronghart. You can hear it. But here's one of those tracks. It's about this person that really loves, cherishes their traditional ways. I'll just kind of translate the lyrics of the song. And it says, then they say, because of the sacrifice, the magnanimity, the generosity involved in upholding these traditional ways, the person says, I suffer, I endure hardships in life. And so we just took that tune. I'll sing a little bit of it. I'm not a singer. I don't even really sound good in the shower, but this is what that tune, that this melody is based on here. We'll play it.
That's the tune we're going to take here. I'll just play the melody. And I've got a DVD we'll show over here. It's all pictures taken 100 years ago. And you'll see, these are taken from Standing Rock Reservation. They're from the North Dakota Historical Society. And they depict older people, younger people, men, women, children. And I love to see these pictures of any old-time pictures, because you look at those, no matter who they are, you see a lot of them in Deadwood. You see they have a lot of qualities, a lot of interesting and strong qualities. You think, well, these are the things that we're actually standing on their shoulders today. And so you're going to see them. A lot of the old elder men here were warriors in their day. You could say they're like the original Homeland Security, like fighting terrorism since 1492. Anyway, I'll play the tune here, so let's go and run that track. He's going to explain this next dance presentation. Let's give him a big hand, folks.
Deadwood, South Dakota. Right on, right on. All right, we're going to demonstrate for you a new style of dance that has come to be very popular amongst not only the Plains people, but all of Native Americans across the U.S. and Canada. It's one of our newest styles of dance that we celebrate in our social powwow dancing. It's called a jingle dress dance. This dance originated not too long ago, just a few decades ago or so, I guess you could say, amongst the Ojibwe people of the Great Lakes area and region. There was a lot of sickness and a lot of famine going on with their people. A lot of loved ones were passing on, and having a lot of hardships, and a lot of the spiritual people, they were looking from up above. And then one night, this medicine man had a dream, and in this dream, these women came to him, and they showed him this style of dress. They told him that this is a medicine dress, decorated with these metal cones. Adorn your daughters with these dresses and have them dance for the sick people. Sing these songs for them. And with that, he started that very next day and told his people what was brought to him. And sure enough, they started singing these songs, and his daughters started dancing in these dresses. And people started showing signs of healing. And from then on, we all believe that it's a healing dress. Even when we're in competition dancing and social dancing, we still hold it as a powerful style of dance, and a lot of people will pray with that. They will request that for healing. So with that, I'll give you our jingle dress dance.
Come on, let's give her a big hand for it. Okay, I'd like to do another dance presentation for you at this time, and this is what they call hoop dance. I brought about, I think, around 90 hoops. I have some in the pile over there, and I've got some here. And we'll try and incorporate all these hoops. And basically, to make it brief, after all, blessed are the brief, for they shall be invited back. I hope. Anyway, you can, I don't know if there's enough light, but you can see that these hoops are in 4 colors. Some of them even incorporate the 4 colors on one hoop. But these 4 colors, these are very important here in this region of North America. I think all throughout North America, because it symbolizes the paradigm of 4s. Even in Florida, the Seminole tribe, they use these same colors, just like that they use here in South Dakota. All over, they do. It represents like the different seasons, the directions, the elements, the different winds that blow, the different basic virtues. It represents different stages that we traverse through in life as we go through the different generations from childhood to parenthood and on up the mountain, you could say. And also reminds us of diversity, different kinds of people in the world. And so most of the hoops that I use in my presentation are just these wooden hoops here. And there's different styles of doing this dance, and also every individual has their own way of executing or representing this dance. And there's some things that are generally agreed upon, and one of them is that there are different styles that are more difficult than others. So I'd say like there might be like an easy style, intermediate, and there's a hard style. And I think this evening what I'll do is I'll do the easy style. And everybody who knows this dance knows that the hardest way of doing this dance, if you want to do it right, is one hoop is the hardest. Because it takes a lot of speed, a lot of agility, a lot of coordination, dexterity, a lot of athleticism, and like that. And then as you add hoops, you focus more on design. So it actually becomes, the more hoops you use, the easier it gets. And so I'm not going to do that hard part from 1 to 5. I'll just do the easy part. I'll start with 6. We'll go to 28. Okay? Is that all right? Okay, we'll do that. But now, since I'm not going to do the hard part from 1 to 5, I'd like to give you a quick overview of some of the designs I might have done if I had done the hard part, okay? So and the reason why I do that is because it all tells a story. And so I don't want to shortchange you or let you leave feeling you're cheated, because just like opening a book in the middle and trying to read it from there. So we'll bring everybody up to the same page, bring everybody up to speed, and I'll do a real quick overview of some of the designs, just a few that I might have done from 1 to 5. So basically you saw at the beginning I was using 1, but it wasn't that complex. You can do a lot more with 1. But when you use 1 hoop, what you're doing is you're celebrating your place in the hoop of life. You see, where everybody has a role, everybody's got a job, and there's no corner where you could get left out in the hoop of life. Everybody's there, front row seat, you see. And then you can go to 2, and the designs represent, or they portray, the transition from the cold, dark, lifeless condition of winter into all the dynamism, the vibrancy, the color, the fragrance, the beauty, the light, the warmth, everything we see when the world unfolds in the spring. And so we can use a white one for the moon and a yellow one for the sun. Now the main one is the sun, because that's a source of energy. It's a solar energy, it's light and heat. And when, of course, in the springtime, when the days lengthen and this energy intensifies, then everything that was cold and lifeless and dormant begins to stir and transform and transmute into what we see outside today. So that's the main one. So you and I, we need that. We need that warmth and the light, that energy, but we also need the warmth of love, the love that comes from on high, that divine source of love. We need the light of knowledge and wisdom and understanding. And when we have those, then we can progress. So maybe another design would be that design of progression. Then from there, as we go on this journey of life, we all go through stages. And every day we have, I guess you could say, tests or challenges to overcome in life. Some of them are quite daunting and intimidating. Sometimes you try and get in that, and you can get stuck, see? And sometimes we can just feel like giving up. But you can't. You have to keep struggling, get through that test. And when we do that, that struggle is what gives us the capacity that we need in life to reach up. Because after all, the goal of life is to do that, continually reach up just like a plant, reaching up in the spring. As we reach up in the spring, then we can begin to stand tall, just like a tree. Here in the Black Hills, they call them Chesap or Black Hills. I taught you that. But if you ever come upon the Black Hills from the distant prairies, that's all you see is a beautiful forest cover, these Black Hills spruce all over from a distance. And it gives the appearance of being black. But if you get closer, you see that it's a beautiful community of trees. They're all reaching up, just like you and I can do this as we draw strength from our roots. As we reach up, then we begin to perceive and see things differently, as we develop, as we grow, and we can look at each other. Just like I could look out here and see a room full of strangers, but no, I don't see these strangers. I see really like a whole room full of flowers, because after all, we can all blossom, bring color, beauty, fragrance, and blessings into this world. Or I can look out there, you can see a lot of strangers, but no, let's see each other as like stars. We can all shine in that constellation out there. We can be like the North Star of guidance that gives direction when we're disoriented and lost. We can be like that morning star of hope, the star that appears in the darkest hour before the dawn, see? Or I can look out there and see strangers, but no, I want to look out there and see like a whole room full of eagles out there.
golden eagles, brown, white. I see a lot of bald eagles out there too. Okay. So that's the way we'll run it here. We'll go like that. We'll, like I say, we'll start with these 6 hoops here, and we'll start adding them up. And as we go through, we'll make a lot of designs, like I was mentioning, the flowers, the trees, the birds, butterflies, the animals, the stars, the rainbows, the lightning, all these. And if you notice anything there that you recognize as we go through, you can applaud, but don't applaud me. And what we're going to be doing is encouraging ourselves, because the hoops, like I said earlier, represent different kinds of people in this world. A lot of you may have read that. Anybody out there read Black Elk Speaks? It's a classic. I think it's in 20 languages. But the central theme of the book occurs here in the Black Hills, where you're standing up here. They call it, in English they call it Harney Peak, but you can call it the Hihankakapaha, the Owlmaker Hill. But he was standing there and he saw, you know, he saw the hoop of his people. He could see that. But then he saw all the hoops of humanity, because in Lakota, that's how they describe socio-political group, like a kindred people as a hoop, the hoop of the nation. And he saw all the hoops of humanity conjoined, you see, as wide as daylight, as wide as starlight, you see. And so this, in a way, this is like a prayer. It is a choreographed prayer. So if you see any of these designs, you can applaud yourselves. But for oh yeah! And then I brought extra hoops over here too. I almost forgot. Let's see. I'm gonna get some volunteer dancers. Maybe about 15. If you're at least 8, are you 8 over there? At least 8. You are, right? You got 1. How about anybody in the kind of in the front row here? Anybody else? The front 3, 4 rows. A couple of you got 2 over there. At least 8, right? We got 2 to 3. Anyway, I know we got some of the students. Did you guys all get introduced to the students here that are from all over the state, and they're studying folk traditions? Did you meet them? Some of you guys are going to join in too. So we'll get about maybe 15 up here at that time. That'll be the entertainment part of the program, but I'll just do this educational part. Is everybody ready? Yeah. Let's have a big hand for our singers over here.
Isn't that easy? Yeah. I told you, how about a big hand for our singers? Now, that dream, or that vision of Black Elk, I wanted to capture that, or portray it, because a lot of people think it's an empty vision of people that are dying. But I think a lot of you know the rural indigenous population in South Dakota is like the fastest growing population in the U.S. It's growing very fast. So the U.S., I should say South Dakota, is turning brown. Yeah. Turning brown. And so as we do this, we all see that we have a place in this world. And that's what that vision of Black Elk is. So I tried to represent that here. You can see it. It's like a diagram of the world. And it's also my crystal ball. Now, look into the future. And I see it, the future. I see this right here. It's right now. It's all of us here working together in that design, like we said, the circle, the hoop, which has no place to hide, no corner, no dark place, no back row, no third, no second row, all front row seats. And in there, we're all hand in hand, arm in arm, shoulder to shoulder. And what happens, pray tell, if anybody is excluded or left out of that design? Yes, you guessed it. It doesn't matter which one we exclude, but you see the result. Always looks the same, but we're smart people here. We know the importance, the imperative of working together, of creating patterns of unity that will enable us to progress on this journey, this road of life that we're all on. We find these roads converging now. As we go on this journey, we will find seemingly, we have found them, seemingly insurmountable obstacles like hatred, prejudice, ignorance, whatever, like this, poverty. And we can't overcome it. It's impossible unless we work together to go beyond that bridge or go beyond that rainbow. And from there, we can climb that mountain, climb that ladder to new heights. And as we make that journey together to a summit, from there, of course, nothing can hold us back from launching our flight, just like that eagle. And of course, what does the eagle see as he soars to heights together? That's you and I. What do we see? Do we see all the walls and barriers? No. We can't see that. All we can see is this, kind of a design here. And as we know, every eagle needs a nest, see? We need a nice place where we can stand, a place where we can open our eyes, a place from which we can stretch our wings, of course, soar to achieve our goal. Does that make sense, everybody? Yeah. Now, you guys, you volunteers, we need about 15 of you. Some of the students come on up. Come on over here and grab some hoops. You guys can grab 3 hoops here. Here about 15, and then find open space. You guys, somebody in here. You gotta hurry now. Don't delay. Somebody is over there. Who is that? Just come on really fast. Come on up. Grab 3 hoops each. 3 hoops. Some of our students, come on up. Hurry and grab 3 hoops. How about a big hand for our volunteers as they make their way up? You guys all have 3? The thing fall apart. I'll do this back together. Anybody else? Yeah, 3. One more, okay. Here. Hold on. Okay, these guys look good, don't they? Yeah. Here we're going to do a quick tutorial, guys. What I have you do is to, let me have you put 1 hoop down in front of you, and put 1 beside that, and then spread out. You can spread out a little bit. Got a big stage here, and just put your 3rd hoop on top of those 2 like that, right there. So can we get more light on the stage? I think it'd be really good. Just flood us with the light so everybody can see. Now the top hoop, just step on that top hoop and see if you get it to pop up a little bit for you like that. There, just like that. Now go ahead and reach down and grab it. You just grab it. Yeah, there you go. Now hold it in the palm of your hand, like this. Put your thumb on top like this here, see? Just kind of rock it back and forth a little bit. Now push on with your thumb so you get it to spin. There you go. That's good. Now some people spin it on their wrist. Some people, maybe they might spin it on their elbow. Some might spin it up on their shoulder, but you kind of don't have control, but you got to keep it on the palm of your hand, right there. If you keep it on the palm of your hand, then you can do a lot of things with it. You can maybe release it, say, whoops. You can see it, you can do that. You can see so I can keep this place. You can release it, say, you can catch it, you can release it. But if only if you have it there. Now let's try another one. Let it go slow. Let it go slow, slow, and grab it right there. Hold it up like this. Let it come down to this one side, back, to front, back, forward, front. You can do that down low, on the side, other side, behind your head, over your head. Now keep doing that. I want you to look over at me now. Look over here while you're doing that. Now just keep looking at me. Watch, I'll show you something. You see what I did there? Just do that slow. We'll slow that one down just a little bit. So we're going like this. See, we'll freeze, frame it up here. Freeze it right there. Bring it down up here. Now I want you to tuck it. Tuck it under your foot like this. So it's underneath your knee. Now bring that up. Perfect. Go right up through. Perfect. Now it's between your feet, see? Between your feet. So I can put one foot in there like this, see? And one foot, put that down, put the other one over the top, see? Then you can balance like that. See? Now let's grab it with one hand. Just grab it with one hand right here. And take it for a little walk. So keep your back, keep the front, keep going like that. You can walk, you can jog, you can run, you can sprint. However you want to do it. Okay, now let's take the hold with both hands. Here, bring it down to your toes, like this. Bring it down to your toes. Now down to your heels, see? Bring it under your heels. Try it a couple times. Okay. Now those two in front of you, go ahead and put one foot inside each hoop like that. Good. Now hold the third one over your head. Let it come down. Reach down now. Grab your two upside loops. Why don't you spin like that? Try spinning. Even you spin. I'm going to show you what you're watching. What did I do right there? Everybody see? I'll show you. Do that. Right here, right? Take one foot out. This. One foot out. Take one foot out. No matter which side. So you got a free hoop. You put it there. You don't want to take it there. Drop it. Now we're good. See that go? This. Remember over there, this is my show. We're good and you need both of us. I want you to sit with the inside spot right there. Right out there. Good. See where they touch on the side of the travel right there. And see if you can do this, make a little butterfly. See that? That's it. Perfect. Yeah, really fast. See, that butterfly is like us too. Every day we strive to activate our capacity like wings and carry us higher. And as you do that, don't get discouraged if some days you find yourself maybe like in a Mickey Mouse situation. Stress, stretch your wings out. You guys see what I did here? Take that middle hoop right there. Stretch your wings out. Okay, you guys good? Put your feet down here. The third one right there.
So ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to put the pedal to the metal, the rubber to the road, and the pucker in the pickle? How about a big hand for exhibition hoop dance? circle here. How about a big hand for our dancers? All right, very good. Right there. Make a big circle. We're going to do what they call friendship dances. Make a big circle. Grab hands. There you go. Now this is like your heartbeat. So the beat is going to be just like that blood pumping to the chambers of your heart. First, the heart is on the left, so we lead with the left. So right now, here we go. Time to swing and sway the Indian way. Give a big hand for our dancers here.
Wayne Silas right there. All the way from the Rock Creek District, it's on the Standing Rock Reservation. I'm from Waukawali, from Rock Creek, and we're members of the Hookpapa band, the folks that brought you Sitting Bull, Chief Gull, folks like that. And again, he's been singing since he's a little kid. His grandparents taught him that way. He's a Lakota speaker. Let's hear it for Mr. Doug Goodfeather right here. This lady, she has heritage from the Pima tribe and also the Assiniboine. She's married to Mr. Silas over there. She does all different dance styles, as you can see. Not only jingle dress, ladies traditionally start to the shawl dance. She's a mother, she's a worker, she does all kinds of good things. She keeps the nation strong. They say the people are not defeated until the hearts of the women are on the ground. So we have a lady here who really portrays the dignity of womanhood. Let's hear it for Rose Silas.